Alright, so good morning. It is dark 100. You can see the lights of Juarez are still behind me. The sun is just coming up. And we are about to begin a 1,900 and something mile, I think 1,923 mile trek from El Paso, Texas to Doswell, Virginia, the International Rally. So that starts today. It is Saturday, and our parking date at Doswell's Friday. So we have just under a week to get there. So it'll be a long haul. That starts today. Yeah, as I said this morning, this is the beginning of our 1,900 mile journey to Doswell.
It's going to be a long haul.
Yep, but you know, that's life. It'll be a long haul and a quick haul because we've made the choice to stay at some places that we liked a few extra days, and that's just the way it is. And so now we're in the suck portion of the trip.
Well, it's not the bad portion.
Suck, but
I mean, this is going to be an easy drive today, albeit long. It's going to be 410 miles to go. Actually, right now it's 386, but we started early.
Yep.
And we'll get there soon.
Yes, we will. So our trip started off from El Paso, Texas to our first campground in Amarillo, Texas.
And on the way, we saw the world's largest pistachio, which was quite interesting.
Cool roadside attraction there.
Yeah, it's fun. And there were a lot of cows in Hereford, Texas. We think they may have outnumbered the population.
Leaving Texas, we then headed across Oklahoma and into our next campground, which was in Arkansas.
In Oklahoma, there were lots of references to Route 66, and we also started taking a look at the skies because the weather was becoming a concern.
Yet we had Tropical Storm Barry that we were worried about, and the rain was coming down hard, so instead of heading to St. Louis, we decided to detour to Nashville.
And this was our fourth time across the Mississippi River as we headed to Natchez Trace Campground.
So I'm here at Natchez Trace State Park, about 80 miles or so west of Nashville off of I-40. And I'm hearkening back to one of our other videos of the Springfield, Massachusetts RV show. I think it was the Big E RV show. And I think back to all those people in the Northeast, the Midwest, like Chicago and Nebraska and Kansas. And everybody goes to these RV shows in February and they look at these RVs all lying out on the floors and they think about moments of perfect summer weather, perfect grilling, perfect location. And you know what? This right now is what I was thinking about, what everybody else was thinking about. Look at this. Perfect campsite. Got my little Weber smoking away, some great food for tonight. The Luv Sub is docked and chalked. And it's just an absolutely beautiful evening. This is what sells RVs in February. People thinking about this. But in this case, it happened. And I think that that is just one of those moments that, you know what? This is why you buy an RV. Right here, right now. And I'm having the time of our lives.
So we hit two more state parks before we made it to the International Rally. The second one was Pocahontas State Park in Virginia, which is one of our favorites.
And after 1,900 miles, we hit our rally. And if you want to see what it was like, check out our 5-part Doswell series. While we were there, we also headed off to Hollywood Cemetery for an interesting day. We'll check this out, see how it is, and I think there's some famous dead people here.
Yeah.
So, always good for dead people. And then a brewery is what we need. You found here?
Well, this is a map of the cemetery. It was established in 1847, and the first burial was in 1849, according to the map. And we were just looking to see who was buried here. And the president of the couple presidents, we've got James Monroe, we've got John Tyler, we've got Jefferson Davis, and I know from reading a book that his wife Varina and some of their children were also buried here as well. So we're just going to try to find them on the map and then see if we can, yeah, there's Jefferson Davis. And in the book that I read about Verina, they said that she could see the river from where they were buried. So we just need to figure out where we are. I think we're right here. So we might have a little bit of a walk ahead of us.
Cool. So this is why we came here, to observe the grave of Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, and his wife Varina. And it's a beautiful, they say they can overlook the river, which they can. And it's a very nice reflection of history here. So we've arrived, we're still at Hollywood Cemetery. We've arrived at President's Circle, where 2 presidents of the United States have been buried, James Monroe and Tyler. So let's go check those things out. See, what do we have here?
We have James Monroe, and he's buried right behind me in this impressive monument.
Right, so he was of the Monroe Doctrine. So like Cindy says, very impressive. His wife, however, got that little thing, which I personally would have bartered for something better. But there are a number of other interesting gravestones, including President John Tyler, Jeb Stuart, and George Pickett. Okay.
All right, we had our walk around Hollywood Cemetery, and now we're headed to this place for lunch. Should be pretty good.
Typical Rich and Cindy fashion, a tap house. Okay.
So, not that I was influenced by the menu to come here, but I did order the pork rinds, and they came out still crackling. I can hear them. It's like Rice Krispies. So, yep, we're gonna give them a shot. I'm gonna probably be taking some of these back to the Airstream. Some napkins for you guys. Oh, these are really good.
Nothing like fried pig skin for the diet.
You can't go wrong. When we left the International Rally, we went to the Candy Hill Campground in Winchester, Virginia.
And the purpose of this was to see a battlefield that I had been wanting to see for quite some time, the Battle of Cedar Creek.
So where are we?
Yeah, we are on a hike. You hate hiking.
Yeah, sort of a hike. A little trail.
The monument for the 8th Vermont, who fought at the Battle of Cedar Creek here.
We're trying to visit all the Vermont monuments.
All right, so here we are at the scene where the 8th Vermont stood their ground. You can see Cindy checking out the battlefield up there. The site of this rock, this monument, which was put here in 1884, was where 3 flag bearers died. It was marked the center of the line, but 3 flag bearers died defending their flag. Crazy to think of the 164 men in the 8th Vermont. 110 of them were killed, including 3 flag bearers and 13 of the 16 commissioned officers. So they sustained some heavy casualties here. But they delayed the southern assault, which allowed other Union forces to eventually gain victory over Jubal Early's army from General Philip Sheridan. So that was an important. The docent also said that had they lost this battle, Lincoln's re-election to McClellan would have been in jeopardy. So it was a somewhat important battle from that perspective. And I know a lot of you probably who aren't from Vermont who maybe watch the fun little videos we like, sit there and get sick of our talking about Vermont and going to Vermont places, but I think it's important that people understand their history and be excited about where they're from. Whether you're from Tennessee or Indiana or Ohio, doesn't matter. Be excited about where you're from, and it's a kind of a cool excuse to go out and see places. We'd never be.
We might not have picked this battlefield
had it not been for the fact that Vermonters were here. So now we're being able to see it. Yep. We're going to go to a cool place for lunch. And this is kind of the end of our journey for our summer trip.
We're going to, pretty butterfly.
So we're kind of spending a day here doing that, butterfly.
We're going to Watkins Glen next.
Yes, so that
should be fun.
Things.
Wineries.
So super fun.
Yep. From Winchester, Virginia, we headed to Watkins Glen State Park, which is one of our favorite destinations, as you can see in our wine festival video.
All right, we're doing the hiking thing. Cindy's got a walking stick, you can see, which makes us look like hikers, because we are doing our best, as you've heard some of our other videos.
To try to like hiking.
To try to like, yeah, exactly.
It's like, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's actually
and it's not too
really
hot
pretty.
too. It's 80 degrees.
And it's not raining.
It's not raining.
So we're having a good time here at Watkins Glen. It's really pretty if you scan around here.
Nice suspension bridge.
That comes in. I think so. And there's a suspension bridge up there. We're going to be hopefully going to. Yep. So quite nice. Yeah. All right, we are continuing around, and here we see the very famous backside of water, right? See, what's the last part of our journey here?
Yep, this is the suspension bridge. This is the shortcut back to the south entrance where we started. So it'll save us a bunch of stairs at the Couch's staircase. You see the people down there.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little suspension bridge.
Yeah.
There you have it, see, Watkins Glen State Park.
Absolutely, it was fun.
And finally, after the entire journey, it was our last leg from Watkins Glen, New York to our home in Vermont. All right, we are about ready to depart Watkins Glen. Here's something we haven't done in a while. Go home. So our summer trip has come to an end. This campground is really funky. It's a one-way street, but all the sites are...
Oh, you're clear.
All right, she told me I'm clear. We're gonna go. Here we go. So we hope you like this video, and in fact, we hope you like the entire summer series.
Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe below if you haven't already subscribed.
And leave a comment. We come out with RV and Airstream related videos every Tuesday.
Thanks for watching.